My name's Alexander Patterson Riley, and I am 13 years old.
I'm Bobby Stearns. I'm 9 years old, and I've had diabetes for about 8 years now.
I'm Corinne Logan, and I'm 13 years old.
My name is Jacob Patrick Schreiber, and I'm 8 years old.
I'm Kendall Horalick. I'm 14 years old, and I go to Stone Valley Middle School.
This is Morgan. This is Louise. And we met each other at camp last year, diabetes camp. Yeah, in August last year.
My name is Sam, and I am 7 years old.
My name is Michael Tyler Belmer. I go by middle name, which is Tyler. I was born on February 4th, 1991, and I'm 17 years old.
All right, so when I was 6 years old, I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I was driving down to LA, with my family, and then I started using the bathroom a lot. And so we went to the doctors to check what happened, and they said I had type 1 diabetes. And then we went to the hospital, and they just did a lot of shots and all that.
I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 2 years old, so I've had it for 12 years now.
I was actually diagnosed a week and a half before my birthday, and I had a friend that actually called it. We were walking home from school one day, and I was saying, I'm going to the bathroom a lot, and I'm just thirsty all the time. And this is back in the day when I would drink a lot of soda, and I was drinking 4 or 5 sodas a day, just chugging down water. And he says, "Oh, maybe you have diabetes," because he's been in diabetic, him and his little brother, for a couple of years. And I just kind of laughed at it, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then went to the doctor, and sure enough, and got diagnosed.
The way me and my mom especially thinks of diabetes is your pancreas is asleep, and so it's not making any insulin, so you need to make up for it by either doing shots or having a pump. And then as soon as we can get a cure, the pancreas will wake up and start working again.
Diabetes is a disease that affects the pancreas, and the pancreas produces insulin. It's an organ in your body. And with diabetes, all those cells in your pancreas basically die off, so there's no insulin being produced. So with shots or a pump, that's how you get your insulin in you, and insulin breaks down the food that's the sugars and carbs and everything. So basically you have to get that into yourself because the pancreas doesn't work anymore. So that's what the pump and shots are for.
Sometimes I cry when I have to check my blood sugar because I really don't want to do it. It's really, really pestering and it's annoying, but I have to do it. And that I find really annoying. So that's why I want people to find a cure so I don't have to prick my finger every time I have to eat something.
Sometimes I get really mad because I have to change my site, and I really don't like doing that. It's really... And then sometimes when I prick my finger, I don't want to do it. I get all mad. The difficulties of managing diabetes is knowing how much insulin you should take and what you should do before going and playing a sport so you don't go low or high. It's really hard to manage your levels when you're not exactly sure how much insulin to take. If you want to drink lemonade and you're not sure how big a glass it is, it's really hard to know how much insulin to take.
I should test it a lot more, but I usually test it around 3 times a day.
I have to check my blood sugar about 6 or 7 times a day. So, because it's before when I eat, and if I feel low. Because if I feel low, it means my blood sugar is too far down, and I need some sugar.
I have to test myself about 8 to 10 times a day.
My mom usually gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning and checks my blood sugar when I'm asleep, and it's kind of And that I have trouble going to sleepovers because my mom can't get up and check my blood sugar at 3 o'clock in the morning, so.
I test right before I go to bed, but if I'm high, then my mom has to come in during the night and test me.
Sometimes when it hurts, I just wake up kind of yelling, but sometimes it just doesn't hurt and I just go still going, sleeping and stuff.
Every morning at 2 o'clock, my parents come in just with the kit, and they come just like either wake me up or just test me when I'm sleeping. And when I'm low, they wake me up, probably give me like a glass of milk, and yeah, just get me back up.
A couple weeks ago, we went to Carmel and stayed the night. And as we were leaving, my mom grabbed the wrong bag, and instead of the full vial of insulin, it had the empty one. And I ran out of insulin in my pump, and I got a really high blood sugar. And so I had to go to the emergency room at 4 in the morning for like 2 or 3 hours. And they had to give me a shot, give me insulin for my pump, and a prescription for more insulin.